All right, so I'm joined by Martin Hudy. Martin, a very busy schedule for you, no doubt lots of races, but also an awful lot of work back at the factory as well. Most people are going to know you, the designer of all the Xray on-road platforms. Firstly, can you tell us a little bit about what's kind of your day-to-day role at the moment? You're obviously in the middle of a big set of races right now. How much in the summertime are you focused on the racing, and how much do you spend time sort of looking at the design of the cars back at the factory?
Well, obviously the summer is the most busiest time for me because, as you say, because of the racing, we have the many ETS races, we have the European Championship coming, and the warm-ups and other races around. And in the same time, I'm very busy with the preparation of the new cars for the season, which starts in September, October. So this is the peak season for us. So I need to take care about in production. I need to check every single part before they start the mass production. I need to already start to work around the manuals and promotions, so this is the busiest time for me of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how that sort of, what's the life cycle of a car? So obviously you want to test it on the track, I guess, as well. Do you run a prototype car at an event like this at the ETS, or is it just kind of kept for testing, and then it's not until you actually release the car do your guys actually get those parts?
If we are talking about the X4, which is like, I think for me the main car, I spend the time on and most of the time on it. Basically, it's the cycle is like the winter season is perfect for me to test because I have the carpet track which has a very consistent traction, so I can. There is very good for me that I can test and feel the difference. Outdoor is always difficult for test because the weather is making a huge influence on the track. So basically, the traction is changing from one round to round. Then one cloud comes, and the track is colder, and the lap times are immediately faster. So it's very difficult to judge the setup changes if they are really or the parts testing if it's really better or not. So that's why I prefer to test and everything develop on the carpet. But I still have to do and make sure that the car is good on asphalt too, which is also a bit complicated for us because, for example, we always release the X4 for the carpet season, which is like end of September, October. And to make it on time, we need to start the mass production already like in April. And this April is still a carpet season, so it's always a tough time for me to decide which parts are we gonna change, which parts not, and which I need to hold on and test and try the different things. And the manager or production manager is not very happy about me and busting my balls, especially on the summer, like but we need to rush, but I'm always very careful because I want to make sure everything is perfect. So this is the cycle of the X4. It's very very demanding and challenging.
And I guess, you know, as with all teams in search of perfection or as close to perfection as you can get, so that development cycle must never stop for you, even though you've got the concept and from the timeline. Then I guess the next car now has already started production, so you've got the ideas behind that, but you must still be thinking, there's something else I want to try in the future. And have we got an opportunity to get it into the 2026 car now, or does that need to wait for the 2027 car? How do you sort of balance that up?
Of course, I mean, after the releasing of the new car in October, I already start to think about what will be new. As I say, we need to start the production in April, so I don't have that much time. Especially you think like, okay, now we will release the car in September. We have 3 months or 2 months is a lot of time, but for the production company like us, it is not true. Especially when we have 12 cars which are in the production, because in September, October we are releasing also XB2, XB4. So basically, I already after releasing the car, I'm starting to think about what will be new. But also another thing is that I have to think in the same time about the 12 scale, about the formula, and even the smaller projects which are not that huge, like the 10 scale touring car, like a smaller market. I still want to have the car which is the best on the market. I don't want to like, it's okay, it's a small market, I don't care. No, I want to make sure that even our Formula or 12 scale, or now I will release the Punk car Pro 10. I wanted to make sure it's good, even that I don't drive this class. I find some good drivers who have a lot of experience. I communicate with them, and it was also pretty demanding project, even though it's a small. But I wanted to make sure when we release the car, people will build it and they will enjoy it, and they will see the Xray is the passion and the quality behind it.
Yeah, and you mentioned drivers there. Obviously, your team drivers as well, a big part of that development process. access to. Tell us a little bit how you work with the drivers, both your full-time factory drivers that you've got, but also the kind of supported drivers that you have that might not be full-time racers themselves as well.
Yeah, obviously, I like to test everything by myself, but as I do 6 classes, it's not possible, especially. So that's why I'm trusting my drivers, and obviously, I need to consider everybody has a little bit different driving style, the talent, and everything. Like, for example, I cannot make everything only on a feedback of Alex, because he can handle even more a difficult car or stuff like that. But obviously, he's one of the most important drivers for me, who is helping me a lot. But as I say, I have like 5-6 drivers that I trust with a different driving style and also different levels. So basically, I have my friends who are not that experienced, and they are testing the car as well, because for me it's important that also the average driver will build the car and will be easy for him to drive. So basically, also they help me to test with the durability and stuff like that. So I have also some local drivers that they are not experienced, but they have some knowledge in RC, and they are helping me to test as well.
And I guess that's the difference between RC and maybe full-size racing is in full-size racing, you want to make the fastest car possible, and it's possibly going to be, very lightweight. It's not going to be so durable. It's not going to be for everybody's drive. It's just for the professional drivers. But in RC, we need a car that the customers can pick up, as you say, build it out of the box. It's easy enough for them to build. They can go and drive it on the track. It's strong enough, so if they make some crashes, it's not going to break the car. How do you kind of make that judgment call between that part, maybe doing it that way is going to be faster, but we know it's going to be not so strong, or it's not going to be as easy for our customers? Well,
the Xray philosophy is the quality and durability. So for me, this is the key point. I will not release something which I think I will save some grams, and then they will crash and break it. Everybody expect from the Xray that will be the unbreakable, which of course is not possible. But and I know this is the expectation. Like when they drive some other cars, they break and they accept it, but not with Xray. So this is also what the feedback we have, and this is also very important for me, that I know that the trust we have in our customers, I need to fulfill. So that's why the durability is one of the key points, and we spend a lot of time. If there are some issues, we immediately